What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD
OD
Podcast.
Podcast. Period.
She like, play with me.
Girl, exactly. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of OD Podcast. How you doing, Draco?
What's poppin'? I am doing amazing. Let me tell you something. After 420, I started smoking weed.
After 420, okay.
What the day? Well, on 420, I smoked weed for the first time in maybe 4 years, and I would say the experience was 100% different from when I tried it before. Like before, I was cool, but I think now maybe because, and it could be a mental thing too, but I think it's because I'm in California with cleaner weed.
I was just about to say that's that Cali weed they be talking about.
It's let me tell you something. This is medicine. They need to sell this.
They do sell it, don't they?
I mean, like, they need to be able to sell this everywhere. I feel like everybody will be a little bit more. This is like, I think I honestly can say that this, like me smoking weed, has really been like a tool in curing like my depression, anxiety. Like I've been listen,
More than edibles?
more than edibles.
Which one?
The
So
thing
what
about-
there a
the thing
difference
about-
you notice?
So here's the thing. So with edibles, I think that the high is a little more intense, but since I've taken them so much, it's like not as intense to me. But when I smoke, it's different. People say it's a head high and a body high. I don't know the difference, because to me they both feel the same. They both feel the same to me.
So are you addicted to weed?
I wouldn't say addicted because I don't have to smoke. I take it everywhere I go.
Sound like you smoking now.
Girl, I smoked like maybe an hour ago. Like, wait.
I never smoked in California, but with the couple times I smoked, I'm like, child, this is polluting my house for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know. Smoking in Atlanta was very different for me. I was always thinking about negative stuff. I was paranoid. I was
That's
tired. I was like super tired. Like I'll smoke and fall asleep. Like I smoke here, even if I smoke indica, which is supposed to make you feel like, you sleepy, going to sleep. I don't feel sleepy. I just be up, moving around. I've been productive today, y'all. I'm so excited.
So
But
do you like what? How much will you say you smoke now?
So I would literally smoke one joint a day because I don't
That's a
smoke the
lot.
whole thing. No, that people smoke like 8 blunts a day.
Jesus, when they have time to go to work?
People smoke at work. People smoke in the car on the way to work, on the way home from work. Like people smoke a lot. They smoke like my friends.
I know. I've been around people
They
that
smoke like
a lot, but
5
they smoke
blunts
a
a
lot.
day. I probably smoke at max. I'll smoke 2
How long
joints.
it take to smoke one blunt?
I'll smoke half of it and then I'll smoke the other half within like 8 hour.
So you think 4 hours for half a blunt?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's
It
do
don't
the
take
math.
it don't take me that long to smoke it, but that's how long it'll before it wear off for me.
So if people smoke 8 blunts a day, and it take 4 hours, that 32. They smoking 2 at a time.
No, I'm saying no. What I'm trying to tell you is, it takes 2 minutes to smoke half a blunt, but the effect
Oh,
of it is lasting you those hours.
you a geek monster. That what's up though.
I'm not.
So you
They
be high.
sell it everywhere. I'm telling you. I know I keep saying that, and I know it's legal, but it ain't legal everywhere.
I know somebody who, when they smoke, they can only take a couple of puffs. Like they can't never just do like they a one blunt to carry them through the week.
I mean, I can get that, but I feel like you don't get the full effect of it unless you inhale at least like 5 times.
And how many of these blunts do you be lacing with cocaine?
It's like you give
'Cause you
somebody.
be around rappers and stuff. Just-
I do be around rappers, but I can honestly say I ain't never did no cocaine. I told you. I think I said without everything that I've done here.
yeah, you said that you had did horse manure.
Okay, no, I've only smoked weed and I drank lean before one time.
Oh, not okay. Oh yeah, you actually did share that. So anyway, okay. This week I had a really, really, really good weekend, and like the most eventful weekend I've had in a long time. And
Oh yeah, I was excited looking at your
yes,
post this
and it
weekend.
was all for my grandma. So my grandmother recently turned 85, and we threw her a surprise birthday party, and it was very hard. My grand Hazel over there knocking
You know
stuff
what they
over.
say about
My
them dogs.
grandmother is definitely an it girl, extremely popular, extremely active. She does people don't even believe she 85. She definitely don't carry herself like she 85. She be outside, she be traveling, she does everything. And so she's just always in the know. Like she even have a little squad that she roll with. Anyway, she's very hard to surprise because she asks a lot of goddamn questions. Oh my god, she's so slick with it. What you doing this weekend? You going to see your sister? Just all kinds of questions. Anyway, she doesn't like surprises, quote unquote, and she's hard to surprise because she asks so many goddamn questions. So her birthday was a couple weeks ago, and so we just kind of played off like, okay, well, just hang out with your girlfriends, blah blah blah. But obviously, 85 is monumental, so she had to think something right. But anyway, long story short, we threw her a party, invited a lot of her friends, all her senior. It was so cute seeing seniors just turning up, just having fun. It just was inspiring, and they all was in on it, and it was very amazing. Like my grandma was crying, it just and people got up and told speeches just about the things that she's done for them. And I haven't all. This is my dad's mother, and a lot of people know I didn't grow up with them in my life. I didn't really get to know them until my 20s. I met them maybe twice before I turned 18. But I decided to have. At one point I decided to like stop pursuing that relationship because it just was a lot of unanswered questions. So anyway, but my
I feel
grandmother was
you.
actually one of the first people to embrace me. Like before I met anybody, before I met my sister, before I met anybody, I met my grandmama. So anyway, yeah, it was just amazing. And so we had the party or whatever. And we had some relatives that drove down. I mean, just everybody who was anybody who like basically if it wasn't for her, nobody would be in that room. She birthed people that birthed people that birthed people. And that was just really fire to see. And then on the day after, we had a family photo shoot, which was Sunday, and we had it at this park by my house. We had a photographer come out. We had a color scheme. We had everything down to the T, and the pictures came out so nice. Oh my
They
god, it
did.
was really cool. Even Hazel got a chance to take photos. My grandma said that's her granddog. It's really her great granddog, but I thought it was really cool, and to see the pictures and stuff, it just made me really grateful for family in general, and just happy that I do have a much better relationship with that side of the family because
Yeah.
it wasn't always that way. And not that's irrelevant right now, but those are just the thoughts I had while experiencing this weekend. I haven't done really nothing. I mean, most stuff that I've done has been super low key, but that was the most active I've been in a long, even before the pandemic.
Yeah, that's a blessing though, because I feel like, especially where we grew up at, a lot of people don't have a like relationship with their dad side of the family. It's always the
It's
daddy
always the
side
dad side of the family. Yeah,
every
you're right.
time.
You're right.
So it's like even with me, I don't know nobody from my daddy side of my family.
Yeah,
Nobody, not
that's
one
just
single
yeah.
person.
And I
So it's
think
hard.
about that too. And I mean, and they are really good people. They're very established. Everybody got a nice success story. So it's just Hazel. Hold on, this little girl don't threw her toy behind the thing. She's trying to get it herself. So anyway, but yeah, I agree. I'm just happy to have both my mother's side of the family and my dad's side of the family. We all have really good relationships, and I'm grateful for that. Especially my cousins, like those are my like no shade, my first best friends. but but
I buy that.
the also it's just it's just I'm just grateful. So anyhow, that was a really really good weekend. Hazel had another training session. We're coming towards the end, and she's doing so good. We took her to the park to train to learn how to be basically prepare her for the possibility that she could be off leash and how she would react. And she's
Yeah.
doing so freaking good. Oh my god. But yeah, what else did I do? I mean, that's pretty much it. I've been working, been kind of speaking with tenants for my properties. You know what's interesting? I definitely didn't think I was gonna get a tenant right away, but I definitely didn't think about the hundreds of people I be talking to every day and
Yeah.
doing tours for nothing. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it because people need to be able to see before they make a long term decision like that. But it's just funny the way my mind imagined it. So this
Yeah.
life of a landlord, it just
Yeah,
but
man. Like I promise you, I think about stuff like that, and I get overwhelmed over the smallest thing. So
and
even
this
just
is
the
easy to
thought
get
of
overwhelmed
doing
with.
that,
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, I know I would be overwhelmed. Because in my head, I'm like, you know what? When I'm ready to buy a property, I think I'm gonna get a house in Texas because I love the homes in Texas. Even though I hate they laws, but it's cheap.
Right. That's what's
So I'm
happening.
like, whatever. But now I'm kind of second guessing that. It's just a lot going on there. But
Right.
the thought of that, I don't want to live there, so I'm gonna have to rent it out. or for the most part, I don't think I want to deal with that no
So
time
one
soon.
thing you can do, which I'm going to do eventually, is pay a property management company, and they'll do all that for you. But I want this to do this for myself, for my own personal experience, because I do plan to buy more properties. And I feel like you can't really be an expert if you're not really firsthand, dealing with some of the stuff that's dealing
Yeah,
with.
that's how we got our other house. The last house I stayed in Atlanta, we went through a property management company to
Yeah,
get
it's
that.
it's very It's honestly preferred that way. You still have a lot of hand into what happens with your property, but you kind of have an assistant per se. And it could be like as much as $100 a month. So I know when I wanted to rent out my last property, they wanted like a $700 enrollment fee and a $100 a month property management fee too. But and consider that my property is out of state, that $100 is nothing. Now they
Yeah,
probably are much cheaper at this place. But to me, that's nothing because it cost me $25 worth of gas just to drive out there. So,
yeah, that's
y'all, please
crazy.
excuse Hazel and this darn squeaky toy. Lord have mercy.
Speaking of great granddogs, though,
Uh oh,
I am about to be a great uncle. What in
that's
the
really
hell?
wild, pleasure P.
That's insane.
It is
So
actually.
my youngest niece Ariana is 3 months pregnant.
She posted
First
that
of
meme
all,
today. I said, mm-hmm.
first of all, I was so mad because apparently she told
Baby
everybody
girl. I'm sorry. She keeps squeaking this toy, and I don't know if it's gonna pick up.
it's picking up. I hear it, but it's not loud.
I'm finna call Peter. Come get her. I'm just.
Okay,
Go
but
ahead though.
nah. Apparently she told everybody in the group text 2 days before I found out. But the group text that I don't know if it's just my Instagram, but my Instagram hasn't been showing me notifications when my phone is locked. So I don't know if somebody turned it off or what, but
Oh, just go to your notification settings. That's easy.
and
It
so
should be an easy fix.
I didn't know like that she said that. So when my niece told me, I'm like, what? What are you talking about? But yeah, so that's that.
Congratulations.
I know. I mean, I'm
That's
I'm
kind of
actually kind of
foul.
excited though because I always get mad when I see like my friends and my colleagues and stuff, and they like, "Oh, I'm taking my little sister out, or my niece, or my nephew, or whatever," and I'm like, "Man, my nephew and nieces is grown. Like toys don't excite them.
Oh, true.
I
People
really
are
want to
for real.
like be that uncle that like brings toys
Yeah, it
and I'm
is.
like
It is
these
a
kids
very
want
fulfilling
Balenciagas.
feeling. I love my niece and nephews. Like I take care of them for real. I'm definitely the rich auntie. No, and that's a fact.
Exactly. That's where we going with that. So I'm like, it's giving that. So I'm like, now I can buy the baby stuff, and that's
Aww.
I'm so happy about it.
Well,
Um,
congratulations.
thank you. And then I went to Alabama this weekend to Mobile.
Period.
I went to Mobile because the Hangout Festival, Flo was performing. That's our hometown, and I
Child,
actually
it
got
wasn't
to see
nobody black at that
Mobile.
thing except the folks on the stage.
It was packed.
I said it wasn't no blacks there.
No, yeah, no. Yeah, no. It wasn't really black people. There was some, but it wasn't a lot. But I will say that I didn't know Mobile was that nice looking.
Oh
Mobile looked
yeah.
like a clean version of New Orleans. No shade.
Yeah, it's a very established. But you see why? Because of where it's at. It's on the coast. Well, it's not even on the coast, but it's close. Well, it is on the coast.
Yeah, it's close. It was only like 45 minutes to the Gulf Coast. 'Cause that's where the festival was at,
Yeah.
which was also so fire because I've never seen a festival actually on the beach.
Oh, like
So
spring
like
breeze.
literally behind the stage where she was performing, we could walk to the beach.
That's fine.
So I'm like, wow, like this is pretty cool. The weather was good. It wasn't like too. It was hot, but it was since we by the ocean, it was a breeze. Everybody had on bathing suits, but it was fun. I really like Mobile. The food was really good. That's the. I don't
Really,
know if it's because I ain't been in the South for a long time, but
your taste buds was They had a reset in California.
man, I ain't even know food could take
What kind of food
like.
did you have?
So I'm gonna be honest. So I promise you, I don't know. I kept thinking that my taste buds got fucked up because of COVID, because I feel like there's no way that no food can taste good in California. So when
Oh,
I tasted that food, it just really
you
made me
realize
realize, like, okay, it ain't me. But we ate this one place. I forgot the name of it. But I had some fried fish, some fried shrimp, some gumbo, and then I had some French fries. I promise y'all, Jesus seasoned that food.
was the black on?
I don't know.
Hazel.
Jesus, I like.
Did Flo Millie take you to her neighborhood, like where she was from and stuff?
No, we ain't have enough time there. I would have loved that, but I did get to meet her family. I already knew her mom, but I met her aunt, I met her little sister, her older sister, I met her cousins. Like her whole family ended up showing up, and then we
Oh,
all went out to dinner to this other place called Half Shell, which was so good too. Like Mobile, really. I'm like, you know what? I actually wouldn't mind coming back down here because it literally reminds me of New Orleans, but it's just clean. Only thing
dang,
that was
don't stay in
bothering
New
me was
Orleans.
since it was Alabama, um, it's not really like California. I think I'm so southern and I'm so used to dealing with racist white people and people being blatantly racist
Hmm.
that I walk around and it's kind of a shock to me to just see how people interact with each other here. Like people like white people interact with black people. They
Yeah,
say,
because I always got my guard up mentally.
and so I've kind of let my guard down when it comes to dealing with other races and just, whatever. Because I'm like, I'm not in the South no more. People are different here. I feel different.
It's still
And
racist, but I feel you.
yeah, no, I'm sure it is. But I'm saying like just like in the South, you can feel it.
You can.
Like
You
even
can open
when
the door, nigga.
okay, you can take stuff too far. But no, I was at a restaurant and no, I was in a store and some black people. No, it was a hotel lobby. I'm sorry. I was in a hotel lobby. A black person had walked out of like an office area or something, and these white guests were walking by, and he had the right of way, in my opinion, just because he was moving around. They was walking slow, but the way that he interacted with them, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then he just like his head went down. In my head, I'm like, "Stand up."
Hey, I know I can relate to that. That's really crazy because you don't even try to respond that way. It's just
Yeah, I'm like, stand up.
yeah,
So
it's
in
really
my head,
crazy.
that was the only thing. And then people were staring at me, even black people. The black people were staring at me because
I
of
mean, you was in
the way I
Mobile,
look.
Alabama, child.
I was in Mobile, Alabama with a nose ring, ear gauges, tattoos everywhere, and Balenciagas on,
Did
pants with
people
chains
were
on
people
it.
recognizing Flo Milli?
You know what's so crazy? We ended up going to Wet Willie's, and when we went there, I'm sure they did. She didn't have no makeup on, and then she had like a short wig on, so nobody
Hmm.
really knew that was her. They knew that she was somebody because she had security with her, and we got out of like a black truck in front,
Yeah.
but
Ooh,
they just
not the tinted windows.
they ain't really know.
Oh,
So,
okay, that's cool
but when we
too.
went to the restaurant for dinner, they definitely did. The server was, I mean, like the white people. Well, of course, but
Oh, that's hey. She put on from Mobile. 'Cause who else from Mobile?
Jeezy,
Only thing I know about. Did you say Jeezy?
I did.
It's getting too loud.
I'm just saying, it's Jeezy not from
He
Mobile.
actually from South Carolina, but we're gonna chill.
Okay, well, he from Mobile
Either
too.
way. He from Macon. He from everywhere but Atlanta. I love Jeezy though with his
Yeah.
new family. Okay. But no, that's what's up. That sounds fun. No, my only memories of Mobile is that's the longest city you in when you on to New Orleans.
Oh yeah. Is it Mobile? It's one of. I think it is Mobile.
Yes,
Mobile,
you be
Montgomery.
in that part of Alabama for the entire trip. Then you be in
Yeah.
Mississippi for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, that is true though. And then once you get in Louisiana, you right there
Then you
almost.
got to spend another 2 days going over that darn bridge.
You slide
Baby.
in.
But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, that sounds good. Sound like we both had a really good weekend. I'm pretty satisfied with my weekend. I was a little anxious being around all them folks, but best believe I was masked up at the event, even if I was one of three.
Oh my god.
Let's get into the black business of the week. Okay. So, I found this business. Actually, have never supported this business, not yet. I mean, I really don't have. I don't know if I'll ever be able to, but I think it's really cool. It's basically a black-owned laundromat in Brooklyn, New York, and it's very cool, very modern, very hip. It's very cool. So,
Oh cute.
the name of it, well, their Instagram is Celsius, and it's spelled Celsius Social. Celsius Social. Laundry Life of the Celsius Sisters. So it's basically owned by two sisters. This is very modern. I'm gonna send it to you, Draco, so you can take a look and see what I'm talking about. But I just think it's really cool. There's not a whole lot cool about laundromats. So when I discovered them, or my friend brought them to my attention, I'm like, oh, this is pretty lit. They do like a lot of sustainable stuff. Like they're just a very like intentional operation, if that makes sense, with female founders. I'm trying to find it. And they also sell laundry products. It's just an overall really lit situation. I mean, honestly, I'm about to send you a post, but it's not really going to explain much. You got to go through the page. But anyway, I'm going to put the information in the episode notes. So if you are in Brooklyn, live near Brooklyn, whatever the case is, go ahead and save some drawers or something and go wash down there and support the Celsius Sisters. It's on
Oh, cute. I'm
115
looking at it now.
North
This is
7th
cute.
Street, Brooklyn, New York. You dig?
This is cute. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm going to see if Clear Trapper going to swing by. Where's she
Oh my
from?
god. You know they be trying to say Cleo Trapper ain't from no borough. She from like upstate.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what my friend told me anyway. But
Upstate is not New York.
yeah, but he's from Long Island, so you know people be kind of Long
But
Island is
is
very
he rapper
bougie.
borough though?
Who?
Cleo Trapper.
No, I think it's just more so the culture. Cause even you know what I'm saying, like they don't really act like that in upstate.
Yeah, I
But
get
so
it.
you know,
Yeah,
that's more
well, it's
so like
funny.
a New York
So,
City type thing. Yes,
I know
it
exactly
is
what you
funny.
mean. I
Yeah.
I noticed too. People try to say that Lotto acts hood, but I don't think they. She to me she don't act hood. She just act like she from Atlanta. But people
She
think that she.
literally acts like people from the South Side.
Yeah, and so people be saying that she's putting on a front because she's not technically from Atlanta. But I'm like, you clearly ain't never been down here. Because to me, she don't act like a hood girl. She just is. She just have a hood accent. Like she sound like she's from the South.
Yeah, I feel like for the most part, people from Atlanta are just people from Atlanta or Georgia in general just talk like they're from the South. But when it comes to the actual city of Atlanta, I do feel like
You
people
can
from the
tell
West Side kind of have a different
for
way of
sure.
talking, just because of the lingo, the way they say their words. Like you can literally always tell when somebody from the West Side just by the way they talk.
You literally can tell. You can even tell by how they dress, but we ain't gonna say too much.
Yeah. So
Because
I
that's
mean, I know,
our
I know y'all people probably listen like, oh, here they go again by the West Side, but
well, that's the truth. It's like people from New Orleans, like they hear people's accent, they can tell they ain't from like they might have a Louisiana accent or a New Orleans esque accent, but you can tell who probably from like the heart, the French Quarters. I just
yeah, like exactly, that's the same thing. So
no, I agree with that. I agree. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
mm.
So let's move on to shop talk. Oh, actually, let's do tweets from the streets. Tweets from the streets. Basically, y'all, Juneteenth is coming up, which is June 19th, and Walmart released a Juneteenth ice cream, which is red velvet and cheesecake mix. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was looking forward to trying it.
Lowe's on the lowest of keys. I was in the DM talking to my friend Tyler, like, girl, like I
It
look
sound
good.
good, right? Well, I will say this. Several episodes back, one of my black businesses of the week was Creamlicious, which is a black-owned ice cream brand, and that is absolutely one of their flavors. That is also sold at Walmart. So there, the Walmart ice cream was a great value, which to me is probably a direct ripoff of Creamlicious. So if y'all want to support some black-owned business for Juneteenth, just support Creamlicious. It's guaranteed to be
Period.
delicious. But this is my take on the people in the uproar basically, and Walmart decided to take the ice cream off the shelves. Now, I didn't really have a problem with the Juneteenth ice cream. However, I think that if you want to not look like you pandering, you need to do this for every ethnic holiday. Period. You need to have an Asian heritage
Exactly.
flavor. You need to have a Latina flavor. You know what I'm saying? Be consistent because it does seem like y'all just doing something because you know Walmart not black owned. Y'all not doing this because you're an ally to the black community. You doing this because you want to make some money. You want some limited edition knockoff ice cream. Now, they did have some other Juneteenth products, like some things that the slogan, it's the freedom for me. Um, what?
Yeah, that
I could not
I wanna,
believe
I
that.
wanna know. I really wish I could have sat in the board meeting because
But you know what's
what?
sad? It's people that they have these board meetings and it don't be a black person inside. I know someone that worked for this company. I'm not gonna say, but it's a huge company, and they were in charge of ad placements with the black audience being their target market, and they don't be knowing what to do, so they just cut these big old checks at BET and stuff because that's all they know about the black community. So with stuff like this, I'm not even necessarily surprised because they don't know, and it's really wild because I feel like if you have like a diversity or a cultural team or initiative, you should probably include those people, even if they're not in. Like to me, You could be on that team. Okay, you don't have any black people. You can reach out to the stores. You can reach out to somebody on another department or anybody. Because most schools, I mean, most companies have interest groups. Like in my job, we have a employee resource group, which is we have a black at whatever my company name is. And anyway, I'm just saying there are resources, and Walmart for sure could have figured that one out.
For
Don't be
sure. They've been in the business too long to
too
not have
goddamn
no
long. Y'all
money.
got a lot of black employees that y'all be snatching benefits and pay from. Don't play.
Child,
Anyway.
please.
All right,
Yeah.
let's get into shop talk. So first things first, rest in peace to the 15 people that were killed today in Texas. There was a shooting at an elementary school. Now I believe it was 14 students and one teacher. It may have been 13 students and one teacher. So I apologize, but there were definitely at least 14 casualties. This young dummy, 18 years old, killed his grandmother and then went to an elementary school and opened fire. Why? No goddamn clue. Why he even have a gun, I don't freaking know. But I am so tired of this. I'm tired of the mass shootings. I'm tired of feeling like people can't go to church, can't go to the grocery store, can't go to school. The last week of school and these babies ain't never coming back. That's really
Not
sick.
even the last week. They have 2 more days to summertime. Like that's just insane.
It's really insane. It
It.
really is.
I
And
don't know. I hate having to even keep waking up to stuff like this because it just makes me even more freaking anxious. It's like for I can't even go to the movies now. Like I have a thing where I'm nervous that somebody gonna come in there and shoot it up. I don't know
exactly.
why.
It's like you can't even think right. Like I even be thinking about if I go somewhere small, like a little taco shop, or not. And I don't mean to say taco because I'm not
Yeah.
specifically talking about Mexicans, but I mean I can go to a bakery anywhere. I'm like, what if somebody come in here while I'm getting a cookie? You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm going to the grocery store, if I'm just driving down the highway because people shooting the highway, it's just like too much to be worried about. In Texas, they allowing 18-year-olds to have guns. It's just and it's sick because in this country, when situations like this happen, they want to say, oh well, that means teachers should have guns. No. None of y'all should have guns. And if you
Nobody.
do, it should be harder to get. There should definitely be regulations. There's no reason why America, of all countries that has access to guns, is the one that's having these kind of casualties over and over and over again. It's not the music, it's not the TV shows, it's not the movies. The whole world has access to a lot of the same stuff, and they are not carrying on like this. It's really sick, and I'm really tired of it. And I think the shooter might have been Hispanic or Mexican. I'm not exactly sure. His name sounded like it. He kind of looked like it. But I feel like the government is going to try to flip this and make this an immigration issue and not a gun issue because he's not white. Anyhow, I just want to speak
I'm
on
so
that. It's
tired
really
of shit like
sad.
that. That's just
Listen, so tired. And it's like it continues to happen. Every week now we've had to mention something like this. It's really sick.
yeah. Um. So moving on to the next topic, I wanted to talk about add on to what we were talking about last week with the YSL case. So they did go to court yesterday, and Gunna was denied bond, and his next court date is not until January 2023. So he is sitting down.
Yeah, a lot of people keep. You know, it's interesting. I think it's because of his persona. A lot of people are like, "Oh, free Gunna, man. He shouldn't even be in this." That's all.
You know, I was thinking about that too. I was cleaning up today, and I was just thinking about it. Um, I said the same thing because people, I don't know if it's because he just seems like such a sweet person,
He
or
looks super innocent.
he's so he's so nice, and granted he is. I met him before, but that doesn't mean that people aren't capable of doing things. That's
Yeah, we got
exactly how
18-year
you.
olds shooting up elementary schools.
Yeah, I mean that whatever, but it's still free to guys though. Let my people go. Y'all got all these politicians out here where I can free them. And, we ain't on there, but y'all know the vibes. Um, yeah, free them. I did want to see that you did you notice that the Migos are allegedly broken up?
Something going on.
There's some tea behind that.
Yeah. Okay. So if y'all, well, I'll let you go ahead and address it.
So so the other day, Offset and I mean not Offset, Takeoff and Quavo dropped a song and video to a new song, and instead of calling themselves the Migos, their name is Few and Unc and Few. Because if
Which
y'all
is
ain't
weird. Why
know,
y'all don't just use our regular name? But
yeah, um, Takeoff is Quavo's uncle. So yeah, that's where that came from. But Offset is just nowhere to be found. Offset went to the Balenciaga show. Um, yesterday, day before yesterday, whichever day it was, and he had on a shirt that said no comment, which
Oh,
is
did
a hoodie.
he?
It was a hoodie that said no comment, which I thought was hilarious.
Wait, wait,
Um,
wait, wait, wait. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
so he had a custom. I'm guessing it was custom, or they're gonna start selling it. But Balenciaga, he wore a Balenciaga hoodie to the Balenciaga show that said no comment. So, it's been some rumors. I've heard some things. I made my own assumptions just because I do remember about 2 or 3 years ago, um, Lil Baby and Offset got into some type of situation,
Hmm.
and they don't get along anymore. Now, it was said that all the Migos just wasn't fucking with him. I don't know how true that is, but I
Hmm.
do know that I remember Young Thug saying something about Lil Baby situation. He was like, "If he don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you." So I don't know what's going on.
And on top of this, Quavo unfollowed them both.
Yeah, they don't follow each other on social media.
It's interesting. I'm curious to know if Unc and Few plan on making this a partner. That's why I was like, why don't they just use their regular name? Like, is this going to be their new group, or is this just like a Silk Sonic thing?
That's what I'm saying. You just never know. So it's just weird. I will say that I knew that something like this would probably eventually come. I do feel like when they did their solo projects that it was too soon for that, and that the solo projects weren't really, none of them hit. The only one to me that probably stood out the most was
Take off.
Offsets. Oh, you
Um,
like Takeoffs?
I did. Take off go hard.
So I like Takeoffs, but I'm saying like as far as like I guess
Having songs and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't
like
really.
the
I
most
listened to
popular.
everybody's project once, and but
So I
I
don't
haven't
know.
really.
I felt like something was gonna eventually come, and I'm in my head. I'm like, well, with groups, it always comes a time to end it or a time to move
Yes.
on and grow apart. Um,
I honestly thought they were different though. I can't lie because I seen a lot of interviews where people would bring up that question, and it would seem like they were so tight. And not that a breakup is inevitable or impossible. I mean, I said not inevitable. Not that a breakup is impossible, but it did seem like they had something that was deeper than music, and it had been sustained for so long. But I actually thought about that when I was watching this interview with the City Girls because I loved them together. Now they can be tight, but that don't mean nothing can cause a rift, and I just hope that doesn't happen.
yeah, I feel like that's just natural with groups. I mean, they're gonna break up, they're gonna drift apart. I mean, we can date it back to Michael Jackson. They all got the same blood, mama and daddy,
And was
and
beefing.
they broke up. So I
Hmm.
mean, the same thing with Cherish. They don't
Well,
even get
what about
along,
Honey?
huh? Same thing with Cherish. Cherish is those are sisters, but they still broke up. Same thing
They were
with
feeling unappreciated. Sorry.
you know what?
No, you're right though. Things change, man. You spending almost every day making money with people running a business with the same people over and over again. Listen, honey, I get tired of myself sometimes. So, psych, just kidding. Love you.
Same. I really do be getting tired of my bullshit, my own
I don't have
bullshit.
no BS. Sorry.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god.
I want to talk about how today is the last episode of This Is Us, y'all. Let me tell you something. You want to talk about phenomenal writing, incredible
I've never watched
storytelling,
it.
extreme representation. This TV show covers everything, and it's so natural. It's such a natural infusion of different stories around like life in general, from race to obesity to family planning to disability to politics to freaking LGBTQ, from eating preferences, adoptions. I mean, they cover crack. They cover everything, y'all. And it's just so, y'all. I am not an emotional person, but I am not ashamed to say this show has made me cry so many times. I've been watching this show since 2017. It came out, I think, 2016, but I didn't catch on until season 2 when I was living in California. And I was hooked I started in the middle of the second season and was hooked that first episode. The show is good, y'all.
I
If
never
you ever
watched
have
it.
time, please sit up and binge watch This Is Us. It's like for real. I mean this. It is amazing writing. I mean, it's just so relatable. It's just I don't even know how to explain it because the show is that darn good. They cover everything, everything,
Okay.
everything.
I'm gonna have to tap in.
And it doesn't even, and it's crazy because it's not a black show, it's not a white show. It's just an amazing show. It's just everybody is represented on this show. I mean, they even got a situation where the husband, best friend married the wife. It's just a lot. Toxicity. Talk about alcoholism. They talk about. It's just, oh my God, fat camp. I mean, goodness gracious. Whew. Job insecurities. I mean, for real. So I don't have cable. I do have Hulu and I do have Peacock, which means I will have to watch the rerun tomorrow. So I am officially done with social media tonight. I don't want to open no apps. I had to mute the words. I don't want no spoilers, bruh. Hopefully they release it at midnight because I'll probably be up around that time. But y'all, This Is Us is by far my favorite show ever, ever, ever. It's one of those, like, if you don't like This Is Us and you've legit watched multiple episodes, you need to get yourself checked in for sure. I mean
Okay.
that. I mean it. It's
I'm
not
a, I'm a
toxic. It's not
making
like
my
that.
duty. I'm a making my duty to
Please,
watch it.
listen, please. It is I'm about to cry right now. It is an amazing show. I'm talking about
You need to stand up.
the way old folks feel about stories. Baby, This Is Us top all that.
Okay. Well, you need to stand up.
And sitcoms
To
don't even
cry.
be slapping like that no more. But This Is
Okay.
Us is that girl. Anyway, all right. So let's get into this week's open discussion. Draco had a topic he wanted to discuss, and I have some things to contribute to it. So I'm gonna let you have the flow.
All right. So this is kind of tweets from the streets type of thing too. At the same time, so I have a tweet that I'm gonna read. So the tweet says, "This is going to sound mean, but being friends with someone who's extremely." Let me start over. Sorry.
It's okay, Pooh.
The tweet reads, "This is going to sound mean, but being friends with someone with extremely low self-esteem is very draining." With the
Yes.
crying emoji. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to say this and be real nice. I'm not doing it no more. I can't. I can't. And it really hit home for me because I like something like this just recently happened to me and I just realized like, you know what? I genuinely just the problem with people who I don't get along with is that they're insecure. I don't like that.
What's some examples? Like, what are some things that they do?
Um so this is very personal, but so say for instance if you have a crush on somebody, right?
Okay.
When my friend has a crush on somebody, the person shares that they're not interested. Like whatever. Never, or maybe they just like them as a friend. Like let's just see where this goes.
So
We can be
somebody has a
cool.
crush. I'm just trying to make sure I understand.
My friend has a crush on somebody.
Okay.
And the somebody either is not interested or if they entertain it, they immediately are like, let's just be friends. Let's be cool.
Friend zone.
Friend zone. That friend, my friend, will not talk to the person no more. And then when nobody around could be cool with that person.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, why though? Like, why is that?
They got
Because sometimes,
rejected.
yeah, but here's the thing. I think that my situation, the problem that I have with that is that most of the time you always do this with people who we already know. So why would you even try to,
So they just
you
be
know,
liking people. It's not even new people. They want to pursue somebody that y'all
that's
already know.
around? And
Oh.
it become that's an issue because it's like, okay, well, just because you did that, that doesn't mean I have to just stop my relationship with that person or can't be cool with that person. And I realize like, I just can't really function around people with insecurity problems, low self esteem. Like just hearing about that all day is just so draining. Like I get it, we all have problems, and I don't even want to make it seem like I'm just not the type of person where I can't entertain it or I won't be a listening ear. But I'm the type of person where it's like, let's talk about what's going on. I'm not a therapist. I can give you my opinion because sometimes I I would assume that that's why you're telling me is because you want my opinion on it. I'll give you my
Hmm.
opinion on it. You take what you want to do with that, but I don't want to hear about it again, and I don't want to keep having to deal with this same type of situation all the time.
Yeah, and you know what? The fact that you mentioned that they pursue like people that are already around, I feel like that's an insecurity too, because they probably don't even think that they could get somebody else. So they just gonna kind of like people who always go back to their ex. They think like, oh, I'm just gonna stick to what I know because
Yeah.
they already know me.
Now I ain't even got. I already know I ain't even got to ask you too many questions about stuff like that because your behind will kick somebody out your fave five for breathing too
Emphasizing.
hard.
Hello, somebody. Okay, so but I do have a relatable situation. So there was a girl. Actually, we are still cool now, but we are not cool like on a friendly. Like we know each other. So I have a old friend who I didn't really realize it was her insecurities at first. I just thought she was extremely negative, but she is one of those people who whatever she's dealing with personally, she actually would deflect on others. Like if she's having money issues, she's always calling somebody broke, always telling somebody to get their money up, or if somebody body look a certain kind of way. She don't have the
Okay.
best body.
All right. All
But
right.
she always talking about people body. If people, I mean, just and it's crazy because people always say like if people are so against something particular, it's an insecurity in themselves. But she literally is the direct representation of that. But she was so negative all the time to the point where it's draining. Like all she do is talk about people all day, and it's all stuff that's just not even that deep. And so we once I realized like the type of these character flaws, I'm like, all right, let me chill on you. But then when we would have conversations one on one, then she started telling her business, and I'm like, oh,
So this is what's going on.
this is what's going on. But it's so crazy because how you jealous of somebody struggling just like you?
Yeah. No,
It's
I feel
strange.
that.
And she one of them people that always have to have her hair done, always have to have makeup, always got to do all this because she does not like how she literally has said that she does not like how she looks barefaced or without her hair done because she don't feel like her hair looks good, her natural hair looks good. And it's like stuff to me. I do think you have to find love within yourself. Those other things is not helping. You obviously don't love yourself if you are solely relying on that, and those are not permanent solutions. But I think that you gotta love yourself. Like you have to look at and when I say love yourself, you have to look at yourself, what you have to offer, and find your favorite things. Okay, there is
Yeah.
something that you gonna have to be proud of. Make yourself proud of, because if you don't believe that, no matter what anybody else tells you, you're not gonna believe it either. But you're gonna, on the surface, you acting like she'll be like, oh yeah, these dudes they love this, but then when they behind closed doors, they really hate that about themselves. So I don't know, it's just really weird, but it's really draining. And like you said, I don't really play that. I don't have time for that because I don't. Number one, we are, it's one thing to gossip, but it's another thing to literally be a negative Nancy. Like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I do not care enough about a whole lot of things, and you over here talking about a whole lot of things. It's like
Yeah.
more stuff to be going, and it's to a point where she will start to like mimic certain things that girls that she admires on the low. Like she will like if they got their outfit from a certain place, she would go there. Or if they started buying certain designer brands, she would go and get that. So it seems like she's like in the mix, but in reality, she's trying to pick and choose little things to make herself look better, but it's
Yeah.
not giving that. Like she literally blows her money on like all kinds of stuff to like keep to have her percent. She'll be like, "Can't nobody ever tell me I don't wear designer." Like that's something that she would say, and it's just
Yeah.
weird because it's like,
Um, you know what's so crazy? I feel like that part of life, I probably picked up on that in Atlanta because Atlanta for black gay men is like the mecca. That's just like where they have the most gay clubs, they have the most black gay men, and people that actually our culture. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like I feel like out here it's a lot of black gay guys, but they're not as culture in my type of black
I know what
experience.
you mean. Yeah,
So it's
not
different, you
relatable
know
at
what I'm
all.
saying? But in Atlanta, it was almost like it made you feel as if you had to do certain things in order to even look like, for one, you got a job, or that you making money, and that you're not a bum, that people make things so important there, like in our community they make stuff, so even in the straight community, because I feel like a lot of people, like I remember I like going out and I like hanging out, but I go out to kind of mingle
Yeah.
and see people, listen to music, dance. But I think that the culture now is like, oh, if you going out and you ain't got no section, what you doing? But my whole thing is, why am I paying $2,500 for a section to go and sit with
So
people I just left?
empty.
I just left the house with them sitting on the couch. I'm finna go pay $25 to sit on another couch
Exactly.
and get a bottle that is 10 times the amount it is in the store. Just to it's in a sparkler that from Party City for $5.
It's empty gratification, but it's like that feeling that they think people look at them as in that moment to them makes it worth it. But that's how I feel about this black girl in luxury movement I've been seeing on social media. It's now getting to the point, to me, I feel like the things that we consider luxury or have made to feel a luxury is influenced by what we have looked up to from white folks. Like all these
No,
designer
people get
brands.
so mad at me for saying that
It's the
because I said
truth.
it's
It is the
a
truth.
lot of the things that people do in general are picked up from them.
From white people because we have put so much power into what. So I think about this a lot and I see it on social media so much because now everybody is a black girl legend. Now don't get me wrong, I love seeing my people thrive and living well and taking care of themselves, but I think that now even more than before, people are literally spending their last dime stealing, scamming, putting themselves in debt to meet this aesthetic of having certain things when it's just not even, it don't have to be designer stuff. Like luxury could be the ability to come home to a clean house and sleep because you ain't got no homework, you ain't got no work to do. You can just kind of, how you have a place to call your own, but now everybody need a high rise condo. Everybody needs neutral tone furniture. Everybody needs designer bags and all this other stuff, which is just not, it's just not realistic or fair or necessary. And it's all for social media. And it's like, to me, when people, to me, people, okay, first of all, these brands, they thrive off of black culture. They steal from us, they copy from us, they rob from us. But when black people, or lately, what I've been seeing from black people, like trying to blend in with that aesthetic, these white people see that and now they start stealing from how we carry on with like they are copying from the even the black girl in luxury layout. So now we get mad because what you doing? But it's like y'all are I don't even know if I'm properly expressing what I'm trying to say, but it's like y'all are aligning yourselves to fit in with them. So you can't even really be too mad when they're walking and talking and dressing like you because you gave them that permission because you're trying to be like them. It's just like I don't know. It's just weird. That's why I've never been a bragger. I hate even people knowing I got certain nice things. To be honest with you, and when people ask me how much certain stuff costs, I'm like, listen, that I don't even be posting stuff like this. Like I don't even it ain't even my type of thing. But I just hate it. Like I want us to be able to live in luxury, but let it be natural. Don't let it be a sense of like clout chasing for a lack of better terms, or to make it. It's like a competition. It's like you can have nice things and you can live in a regular apartment. You don't have to have a parking deck. You don't have to have
Yeah,
a Chanel bag, and you can get it if you can afford it. But like that should not be your personality. Like that shouldn't be like I don't know. It's just
yeah. Like even like now, because like me leaving Atlanta when I came here, I said, you know what? When I get here, I'm not gonna really be focused on doing that because I felt like in Atlanta, I spent a lot of money on designer clothes and just expensive shit in general. And it's just like for what? Like I mean, of course I can wear it, put it on, blah blah blah. But half of that stuff I done sold. A lot of my bags are gone. I don't have no even Telfar. I sold mostly, pretty much all my Telfar bags, except the big ones because I use those on the plane. But gas prices are high. I'm comfortable with my car. I'm comfortable with the way I'm living. I love, the aesthetic that my apartment is going through. I love the aesthetic of what I'm looking like is going towards, and it's not expensive. It's just like if you don't have style, you don't have style. It ain't. It don't care if it's designer or not. But
yeah,
one of my
right. Because
friends,
you can be very expensive and tacky.
for
You just
sure,
have
see
to.
it every day. But I had one of my friends. We were riding around LA, and of course, LA is very Hollywood. I mean, you're gonna see G wagons, you're gonna see Range Rovers, you're gonna see McLarens and Ferraris. You're gonna see nice stuff all the time out here because that's just the culture of the city. But of course, not everybody lives like that. So my friend had literally asked me, was like, "Damn, you really you make way too much money to still be driving this car."
What does that even
And I
mean?
said, "Well,
Oh,
why
you
don't
want
you
me
buy me
to
another one?" 'Cause
lose money?
I said, "Well, why don't you buy me another one?" Because for
Right.
one, I'm comfortable with this car. Gas out here is $6. Um, I
I
don't.
feel like
I
saying
shouldn't even
stuff
have to
like
explain that, but it's just like the simple fact. Well, I'm Like, and I didn't feel no type of way about it, but I just looked at it. Made me look at them weird because it's like, oh, okay, so you feel like because you spending money on this and putting a priority here that I should be doing the same thing when my car is still new, kinda.
On top of that, buying more expensive things makes you have less money. So
For
when I
sure.
buy these more expensive things, am I still making too much money, or should I cut back on spending? These type of things a lot. That's crazy. And let me tell you something. I drove my Versa for 9 years, and I would have kept it if it wouldn't have an electrical problem. I didn't
Listen,
give a
I
darn.
always think about that. I always think about that because I'm so used to the opposite. I'm so used to people like, oh, get you a new car, do this all the time. But it's just like, am I doing this because I genuinely want to do it, or am I doing this for a aesthetic?
And
And
sometimes it's
that's the part
both.
that really, yeah. And sometimes you just genuinely want to upgrade, or you feel like, shit, I work hard, I could do this, but I'm not at that point right now where I feel like I can enjoy a new car or want a new car. What do I need a new car for? I
Child, I'm
barely
looking at the
even
price
drive.
of
I'm not here. I'm always on the airplane, so I don't even use my
exactly.
car like
And
that.
that's what happens. People get big old homes sometimes and realize, like, even me, remember my townhouse? My townhouse was a nice size, but I used to be like, this is too much. I don't
Yeah,
need no 3-story townhouse. Granted, it was dirt cheap. Ooh, looking back, Jesus Christ, I had a gym.
yeah.
But I didn't need that. I said, let me get a little flat, couple bedrooms,
Get you
little
something
bonus
that you
room.
comfortable with.
Exactly. And let me tell you
Yeah,
something. I was just looking at some certified pre-owned Porsche trucks. Baby, I won't be having one no time soon. I don't know what I was thinking. And the
yeah.
only reason why I even considered getting it is because I wanted to transition to a bigger car, but I wanted it to be small enough. And I'm like, oh, that's actually a cute truck. But sweetie, my car, I love to tell for my Mercedes cost me $24,000. You know how much I paid for my Nissan Versa? $21,000. So it's just like that is just a status symbol because people wouldn't think I paid so little for that car, but that's what it's just like a mental thing. So now I got money because I drive a Benz, but I'm really spending about the same money I was spending from a year ago.
For sure.
But
For sure.
it's just a shame. And I actually don't really love the attention that comes with it. I mean, I'm very proud of my car, but sometimes people just do too much. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, they make you feel bad about it, and I feel like that's the thing too because even out here, like when I put on my clothes in Atlanta, they just made wearing certain stuff so normal that
Yeah.
in my like I dress like that. That's just how I dress, like going anywhere, and
Yeah.
people are like stopping you, like, oh my god, like do you have this?
Oh
Where
my
did you get this?
goodness.
And I'm like,
Like, dang, we ain't in Kansas no more.
I'll be like in my head, I'm like in California, y'all. This ain't normal to y'all,
Yeah.
LA.
But you know what? Even then, the perception that we think of LA is just glamorous, glamorous, glamorous. But it's really that them couple streets that we
Yeah,
think
it's
about.
a couple streets, and then it's just a lifestyle. I think people who live in LA genuinely just want, or I think, or people like, it's more so for people who work in the entertainment industry for one, so movies, music, whatever, and
Hmm.
then it's for people who genuinely want to like just relax. Like it's not really big on partying. Like they do have their little private stuff, but it's everything is always so intimate. They're big on nature out here. They're big on health. They're big on like a lot of different stuff. So
California
I
is
love
very
it for that.
dynamic. It's very like it's just an interesting place.
Yeah, like I appreciate it though, but I do be feeling weird. Like I'm just like, why did I like this stuff 4 months ago? But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of the stuff, a lot of the stuff that I was into and doing was a root of insecurity, and I feel like me realizing that myself and just making those changes in my life has really helped me. Along with smoking weed, I feel
I
like
had
like I said before, like the weed has just really made me kind of hone in on exactly what's going on around me and focus and just kind of implement different things in my life to kind of get out of that mentality of I need to be this way, I need to do this. Because I mean, like realistically, I don't even step out of my own skin to look and see like the accomplishments that I've done, and just me living here alone is just a lot, or just big. And in my head,
yes,
I'm like,
and
oh,
there are
this is
people
normal.
who
And
are pressuring you to live that lifestyle who ain't even accomplished squat diddly. They ain't even
yeah,
accomplished tying their shoes correctly.
yeah. So um, hey, I'm just realizing that. I mean, I get it, and I think that a lot. I think that that's one thing that fucks with people. I mean, that really causes insecurity is when you don't really know yourself. You
Yeah,
don't know
and they don't
yourself.
even realize that. They just
Yeah,
are taking stuff day by day, and that's why I hate all this stuff has caused a competition amongst our community. We already are, oppressed or minorities and things of that nature. But it's like y'all, all of y'all faking it. So how are you
yeah.
competing? How broke gonna compete with broke? And not to like insult people that are broke, because that's people are making it, but. There are people who are not living the lifestyle that they portray. Literally, there are people reposting photos from a city they're not even in.
That share the same blood as me. Um, it's crazy out here, man. But yeah. So my question to you, or one of them. So what would you do in these situations if you come across people that you see signs of like heavy insecurity and you feel like it's rubbing off? What
Oh, it
would
won't rub
you
off
do?
on me, but I'll still answer your question.
Now, I ain't gonna say. I mean, I don't mean rubbing off on you, but you know what I mean. Like you feel it. You can see the
Um,
signs of it.
I, I, it don't take much for me to try to distance myself from folks. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I might ask questions to try to get an understanding or some clarity, but unfortunately, when I've come across those type of people, they've always tried to leech off of me in some kind of way. So I just leave them where I found them, because they always be like, "See, I need to be around people like you." Okay, that's just like saying, "What's up, big money?" You can keep it pushing, buddy. Keep it pushing, buddy. I'm
I'm
good.
a vibe.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is my bro. When people say I'm a vibe, that means I'm annoying. I'm needy. I need help. I need a ride. I need someone to lay my head. I don't really got it. Can I wear your outfit? Can I carry your bag? Oh, you got a cute dog. How much you pay for? Ooh, girl, I'm gonna just go to the man society. That's all the same kind of people. But
Yeah,
I just
people are.
feel like people, especially people that are really insecure, they tend to like they just want to be around people that make them look better. Cause it's like, have you ever been around people who bragged on, and this is a different kind of brag, but they brag on what somebody else got in a way that'll make them look good. Like if you got a real nice house, they be in your house just recording. Like they just in this big old house. And it's like, girl, you don't have a
So
whistle?
my friend that asked me that's made a comment about my car has a few friends that are like that with me. And I think that my friends, I like my friends because for one, they're used to me. We used to each other. We know each other. We know our struggle, where we came from. So I kind of have that relationship with them. But when they bring around other people, people are really, you starstruck over certain things. So they'll see
Yeah.
they know me from being around certain people or my clients, and they just
I have met people or been around
I mean
people near
like
around my.
people have brought people to my fucking house
That's
before, and they
crazy.
are recording stuff, and I'm like, listen, why would you put my
Man,
house on
people
your
are so
Instagram?
weird. I'm not gonna say. I'll tell you off
I
air,
know it
but
look like a museum in here, but
yeah.
relax,
But do you really want to be exposing people's personal space?
relax, please. Yeah, like
That's what. That's why when I get married, if I get married, y'all, that'll be the one time y'all get a people to my. I don't want people knowing nothing. I only record from one angle in my house. I don't need people to try to map out no tour. Like, and I ain't even got a whole lot to offer, but people don't care because a little bit of nothing is a whole lot of something to somebody else.
listen,
That's weird.
yeah.
You just have another question. You were saying one of your questions.
So my wait, what was the other thing? Hold on.
The last question was, what would I do in that situation?
Um, how do you prevent these things from happening?
Man, sometimes you could tell. I mean, a lot of times you can't, because people are such opportunities that they are great actors. But I think that people have to have discernment, or for in translated terms, people just need to be able to pay attention to people's actions and what they say. Number one, I only keep myself around people that are doing as well as me, if not better. And by better, I don't mean from from level 1 to level 10. I mean, like, if I'm a senior analyst, my friend is a director or something like that. Like, I just, people that are like-minded, we have a lot in common as far as career growth, things that we're interested in. I prefer low-key people and not partiers and stuff like that. So I peep out those kind of people. So I think first you need to understand the kind of people that you want to be around and the kind of person you are and where that aligns. So for me, I'm very matter of fact about the type of people I want to be around. So that helps a lot. And then I discern, try to see how annoying they are, the type of things that come out their mouth, and I'd be like, oh, okay. Once they pass that test, more than likely everything else kind of falls in line.
Yeah, I think my problem is people get annoying down the line. Like they have a good way of masking it, and then it reveals itself. Like I had a situation today that I'm gonna speak with one of my friends about. Um, I just was so like confused. So I know because I've been really busy the last past 2 weeks with work and is entertaining my friends from out of town, and then like I said, right after that, my niece came and I had to entertain her. So today is literally the first day that I've had alone in about 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
And so I'm not used to that. I love being by myself. I enjoy living alone. I don't like a lot of people in my space all the time. And I can't even think when people are around me. I start getting sidetracked. I start focusing on shit that I don't need to be focused on at that moment. And right now, I have so much to do, for myself that I'm like, give me a minute. But one of my friends that is from here, he's like very needy. Like, and I didn't know that prior to being friends with him. He's very fucking needy, and
Needy how? Like borrowing stuff?
no, like he's very like, oh, come hang out with me, come visit me, let's go this place, let's hang out
Oh
this place.
yeah.
I'm off like
Anybody who
this,
want to be my friend, you guys to know that you're gonna hear from me once a quarter, and you're gonna see me twice a year.
and be okay with that.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's to the point where like he sends me over his schedule. Like I'm like, I'm not. What do you want me to see that for? Like these are the days I'm going this place and da da da. And I'm like,
Does he have a lot of other friends?
no, I'm realizing that because he's
Okay.
always doing things. Like he's always doing something like this place and that place. But I've noticed that he doesn't hang out with anybody. And so today in particular, he hit me up and he was like, hey, I'm coming to pick up my friend from downtown. I cooked last night. Did you want me to drop off some food? Nice gesture. I'm like, I appreciate that, but since my friends and my family was here, I cooked. I have a lot of leftovers that I need to get rid of. I'm literally cleaning out of my refrigerator now because it was so much shit in there. So I'm like, I'm cleaning out my fridge now. I don't want nothing extra in here. So, just keep it whatever. 30 minutes later, I said, when he did that, I looked at my phone. He took a picture of the elevator buttons in my building and said, "This is ghetto.
Ah, so he
This is
invited
ghetto."
himself over. I don't like that.
Hold on, it gets worse.
I'm scared.
He walked in. I ain't even know the door was unlocked. 'Cause I had just took
Oh,
the trash out.
that's how you get shot. You need to tell the police he in YSL or something.
I was like, "Excuse me." He was like, "Well, I just really wanted to surprise you. I wanted to bring you a
Don't
gift."
what?
Blah blah blah. The gift was the food. I just told you not to bring the fucking food over here.
You sure he don't got no crush on you?
So I'm like,
That's
why would you
actually
bring
really.
this? So
I'm
then he
sorry. That's
brought other stuff. He was like, well, I didn't just bring the food. And so I'm thinking like he's bringing
yeah. You
something.
brought your body.
This nigga brought a Gatorade, two small bottles of champagne, some crackers, some cookies, some tea with some honey.
I'm like, y'all want to see a dead body?
I
That's a quick way
said,
for me to get
please
attitude.
take this back out the door with you. I don't even know why you would bring this over here.
Right.
And then he just ran out. He was like, well, I'm illegally parked. I know that you having an off day, blah, blah,
So
blah.
you wouldn't even plan on staying?
He just dropped that off and left.
I
So
don't like that.
then I'm like so weirded out by that I couldn't even function. He literally came in and came out. So then he called me because I was getting rid of my washer and dryer. So the lady, she has to come back and get my washer tomorrow because her truck couldn't fit both. So she was like, I'll just come back and get the washer tomorrow. So I said, oh, that's fine. I'll be here. So he hit me and he was like, cause he just moved downtown. So he lived far, but now he just moved to Hollywood, not downtown, but he moved closer to the city. He moved to Hollywood. So he wants me to come see his apartment. I told him when I get a chance, I'll come over. So he called me. He's like, you just watched my Instagram story. I was
Oh,
like,
see.
I did. and he was like, "How you watch my Instagram story? You said you was getting your apartment together."
Where you meet him at?
I met him through some friends.
You need to cut them off too. Get rid of everybody. Start over. I
And I
can't.
got confused, so he's like, "You should come over." I said, "No." I said, "I'm doing something." He was like, "Well, you just watch my Instagram story." I said, "Yeah, I'm. Am I not allowed to use my phone? Like, what the fuck?"
Oh, and I be the way I tap through folks' story. I wish somebody would pull it. I'm like, honey, I don't even know what you posted.
So he's like, "Just come tomorrow." But I'm actually gonna call him once this is over and just let him know, like, I don't rock like that. It's making me uncomfortable. That made me uncomfortable. How you just
Yeah, set
walked
them
in this bitch
boundaries.
earlier, and I had drawers on. Like that just really made me fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's
Like I don't
crazy. I don't
understand.
blame you. Set them boundaries because that's why. First of all, you don't know what we could be over here planning. Who knows? They don't even have to have no
Yeah.
ritual. I don't care. It's my house.
So yeah, that's
Yeah,
just.
set them boundaries straight and keep it pushing. He gonna probably feel away, but this can't be the first time somebody done told him about himself. I pray it ain't. But yeah, I ain't got time, and I don't. And that's the downside of being cool and likable and stuff like that. People do latch on to you easily, and then now you got to be the bad guy by distancing yourself from them. I deal with it a
Yeah.
lot, unfortunately. But people always be like, "Oh, let's get drinks." I don't drink. Oh, you smoke? No. You don't part? No. Let's go on a trip. I don't travel with people. So
Your
why you want to be
shirt
my
said.
friend so bad? Leave me alone. I can't do enough for you.
I literally say this all the time, and I be confused. It's not like I don't want friends. Um I just need people around me that kind of understand me and talk the same language as
And I'm
me.
mature and not weird.
And so I don't know. Like I don't know. Like it's just so weird because in my head I think the same thing. I'm like, why y'all be want to be my friends? I try to be the meanest person to people, and this doesn't work.
Yeah,
And it's like, what the fuck, man? Like
I just be like, no, I'm good.
I
Those
just
people,
I'm like I don't want you around me.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Eh,
I don't know. I have to set some boundaries for everybody. It's not giving.
That's
Um,
annoying though.
it really is.
Well, good luck with that. I hope he receives it well and gets the F out of the way. Like, first of all, popping up in my house, at what point in your life has that been successful and you've received positive feedback? Because that's crazy. But, anyways, all right, what you got coming up?
I am coming to Atlanta this weekend to
I did see
do.
that.
I have one of my friends. She's having a baby shower on Monday, but she's doing her maternity shoot on Sunday, and she wants me to do her makeup. So she kind of held out this long time
Oh,
because it's
wow.
almost her due date to do the maternity shoot, so I could do it when I come for the baby shower. So I'm gonna be there for that, and
Might
then I'm
want to have a
coming back
doula on
home.
site just in case.
Huh?
I say you might want to have a doula on site just in case.
I told the child. Um, so I'm gonna be there this weekend for that, and then I'll be back on the first and going straight to work. I'm back on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Well,
wait, you
I'm,
gonna be
I'm
back? You gonna be back home for the holiday?
no, I'm coming. I'm coming home on the 31st.
Oh, on the 31st. Oh, my car gonna be in the shop. Oh, I'll be
So the
driving my
first
my
on the
Porsche.
first, I'm gonna be back because I got to go back to work on the first for Love and Hip Hop. I'm doing. I don't think I'm doing the actual episode. Though. I think they got me doing like one of the promo shoots or something.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a 2 day shoot, child. I'm not ready for it.
All right. Well, my little cousin graduated from Banneker today, so we'll be celebrating her this weekend. Father's no, ooh, I'm tripping. Father's Day is next month. I'm off on Monday, so hopefully I can just relax and do nothing like I do on non-holidays. Um, I'm getting my hair did. I got a new wig from Christopher Kyle that should be here maybe next week, so I'm really excited about that.
Period. It's a you
Yeah,
part.
it's a full closure glueless. It's the one with the streaks, the highlights, the blonde highlights you keep telling me to get.
Oh yeah, finally color.
Okay, goodbye. Anyway, y'all, it's been another episode of OD Podcast. Please check out This Is Us if y'all can tonight. I mean, literally after tonight, you can't even be behind because the show gonna be over. It's gonna be dead to the bed. But all right, y'all, holla at your girl
I'll let y'all twirl.
and your world and your pearl and your
And stop being
swirl.
insecure if you can help it.
Why you
Stop
gotta be
projecting it on your
so
friend.
insecure?
Stop
Yeah,
projecting it on your
fine.
friends.
Listen, man. Celebrate yourself. Get to know yourself. Live alone. Take yourself out to eat solo. Go to the movies. Do things that make you happy, and you will start to find things about yourself that are so valuable. And you'll be wondering why you were so pressed about other stuff to begin with. It's somebody for everybody, different strokes for different folks, and you
Amen.
are your biggest cheerleader.
Okay.
I snapped.
And stop getting them tape ins.
Okay, goodbye.
It's a quick weave.
I ain't never looked at it like that.
It's a quick weave. It's an expensive quick weave.
Just like micro links, except they last longer. I heard tape ins is not really good for the hair. But anyway, let's wrap.
No.